What up, Long Beach? Welcome back to your home for local sports. It's Tyler.
And Mike, and this high school football video is brought to you by Naples Rib Company, the perfect place for your next team event.
Welcome to Sin City at the modern mecca of high school athletics, Mike. Bishop Gorman and Fertitta Field. I mean, it is constructed quite nicely.
Oh, putting Long Beach State to shame, one of the nicest high school facilities you'll ever find anywhere. Jackie Jones hoping to make this field his home for Long Beach Poly, and obviously all eyes on the quarterbacks, Tyler.
Yes, in the icy whites, Nolan McDonald coming off the game-winning touchdown against Narbonne 2 weeks ago. He has the best backup in the country in Malik Henry, finally cleared and ready to go for the Rabbits, taking on the 2014 national champions, and they've got the amenities, Mike, as we talked about.
Repeat it with me. This is a high school football game. This is
a
a high school football game.
A lot of pomp and circumstance, obviously a great crowd on hand from both sides. A new national powerhouse taking on the old school national powerhouse. And both of these teams obviously fired up. Jackrabbits trying to get turned up in their white helmets. Obviously, we've talked about the jerseys and how clean they were going to look. Poly ready to go. They've won in 2 different states so far this season, trying to make it 3, and they want to let these Nevada fans know just what they're about in this one.
But they have not faced a team like Bishop Gorman and junior quarterback Tate Martell, the Texas A&M commit, showing off his running ability on the opening drive. That would be a theme. Dangerous throwback pass here, almost picked off by Jack. Instead turns into a big gain, and sure enough, Martell is going to find Brevin Jordan for the opening touchdown just as quick as you like it. Only 2.5 minutes in, Bishop Gorman already up 7-0 in this one.
Right, the exact start they wanted to have. Jackrabbits on the other end, backed up by penalties, and then this screen pass picked off by Gavin Pankarov. Gaels back in the red zone. The Poly defense, though, does put up an impressive stand as Jack just blows that screen pass up.
Light on the feet, heavy on the shoulder pads.
Absolutely the way you want to be. Derek Ang is going to boot through the field goal, so could have been worse for Poly, but it is 10-0 Gorman about halfway through the first. Gaels, unafraid to kick it to Jack. He put on a little bit of a show here, but much like the offense early on, couldn't really get very far with the football.
Back on offense, the Gaels going right back to Jordan, and some poor tackling from the Poly defense, another theme of the evening, would allow a 40-yard gain on the play. Jackrabbits defense kind of just looking out of sorts all evening. Later in the drive on 4th and 9, Martell looking for the end zone, and that is just a drop. Huge break for the Jackrabbits. This one could have been a lot worse early on.
They decide it's time for an offensive spark, and it's Malik Henry time at Long Beach Poly, the 5-star recruit, Florida State commit. Obviously, tons of talent. Poly saw him last year playing for Westlake. On his first snap, shaky warrior. It didn't exactly go great. He's going to need some time to gel with this offense, though, Mike.
We knew it would be a learning curve. As it turned out, it was the 25-second play clock, because on his second play, Henry on the money to Jack, 65 yards to the tilt, and Poly is in business.
Yeah, you don't want to let that guy get into open space. You can see how fired up Malik Henry is. He's been waiting to play high school football for a while, and the Poly fans, they approve. They traveled well, and they like the combination. That was his first pass as a Jackrabbit, 65 yards for a touchdown against the number 1 team in the country. Fun to see those two working together. Poly's defense trying to build on that big play. They get to Martell for the sack. Unfortunately, later in the drive, victimized by a tough call, DeVere Hamilton grabs the back of Martell's jersey, but he's going to be called for a horse collar. That's brutal. Serenity now for AP.
Poly flagged 14 times for 165 yards in the first half alone. Later in the drive, Martell trying to squeeze it in, but Kobe Williams tips it up. Aaron Shamplin on the rebound and alley-oop for the big time. The Poly defense really came out playing very well in the first half for the most part, making a lot of big plays. The Malik to Jack connection continuing to cook on that next drive. 2 most talented guys on the field making some great highlights.
Oof! You only need 1 foot in high school, Mike, but Jack's planning on playing for the whole weekend. Unfortunately for Poly, penalties would stall that drive too. Jackrabbits just looking susceptible against the running game. Martell going to bust off a big one on the keeper, then back-to-back carries for highly touted junior running back Diageo Walsh. get the Gaels into the end zone, and it's back to a 2-score lead as they just gash that Poly defense after they were so good against the pass.
Well, and on the next drive for the Gaels, Biagio with a big lane, and he's going to rumble 72 yards. Maybe took the foot off the gas pedal a little too quick, as they will catch up to him at the 1. The touchdown signal there, a little premature, but it was nothing doing because, like Brett Cullen to Keanu Reeves, Martell is the replacement touchdown scorer for Gorman, and he goes in again, 24-7 at halftime. Poly needing to come out and really get it going in the second half to get this game back under control, but the offense still spinning its wheels coming out of the locker room.
Right, they had the ball first, Mike, but unable to get anything going and chip away at the lead. Back the other way, Walsh, a whirling dervish of fury. He's not going to stop at the 1 this time. He's going the full 44 yards into the end zone for the touchdown, 31-7. Poly's got to make sure they don't let this get out of hand. They continue to rotate the quarterbacks in and out. Here on first down, Nolan McDonald's going to hand it off, but here comes Henry to switch in for second down. This was the second time we saw this tonight where the Rabbits switched quarterbacks in the middle of a series.
Right, and obviously that's, I think, kind of difficult for all involved, coaches, players, and even fans, but Henry fires his first pass here, a completion to Ahmad Dorsey for a first down, and then 2 plays later, well, I think we've seen this before. Same quarterback, same receiver, same route. Mama, there goes that man again. Jack, 46 yards to the tilt this time to bring Poly within 3 scores with their second touchdown.
Might want to put a safety over the top. Jack Jones makes fast guys look not so fast. After a defensive stop, Poly trying to roll that momentum and make things interesting in this game. 2 straight completions go from Henry to Zion Bowens as the Rabbits start to get some rhythm going on 3rd and 5. This looks like another touchdown, but the throw's a little bit behind Jack and knocked away. That could have been a big moment there for Poly to chip it down. Instead, it goes back to Martell and Walsh running at will and able to put the game out of reach here in the 4th quarter. Walsh, 14 carries, 224 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the night. You don't often see that against the Poly defense.
I honestly don't remember the last time we saw a running back with 200 yards against the Poly defense. You never see it. But Gorman was able to wear Poly's defense down, and although big hits like that one from Naki taking out some of the frustration of being worn down, but the Gaels running for 363 yards on the night, including 4 touchdowns. Tate was doing it, Walsh was doing it, an impressive ground and pound from Bishop Gorman as they get the 52-13 win over the Jackrabbits.
Number 1 team in the nation defends its ranking with the win at home. Poly will have to come back to Cali and regroup for more league play starting at Wilson next Friday.
We'd like to thank our new sponsor, Long Beach Transit. Their route number 1 now stops at Cal State Dominguez Hills, the South Bay Pavilion, and the StubHub Center, home of the LA Galaxy.
Obviously, one more big road trip for the Jackrabbits at De La Salle in the middle of their league season, but for now, back to the Moore League, and for the best coverage of Long Beach football, got to keep it locked right here. We are Long Beach Sports.